introduction that we did to emotional freedom techniques, also known as EFT or tapping, that we started yesterday. If you haven't watched that introduction, it might be a good idea to watch it first, just so you get a little bit of background to it, because it can seem like a pretty weird sort of technique, but hey, does that matter if it works? And for so many people it does work really quickly and easily. So we did it at its simplest form yesterday, and we're just going to take one step up with it today. Just doing very simple tapping on anxiety. And so this is a really simple way that you can use it if you're feeling an emotion that you're wanting to soothe. When we've got an emotion that doesn't feel good, then we're already focused on it, so we don't need to particularly necessarily say anything about that emotion. We just need to acknowledge that it's there. And with EFT, that is the key principle, to acknowledge the truth of how we're feeling. EFT is very truth-seeking. We often get taught as we're growing up that we shouldn't feel like that, shouldn't feel that anxiety or that anger or whatever, and we learn to bury it. That doesn't mean that it doesn't have an effect. It still does. It's just hidden away, and it pops up when we least want it, and all of a sudden we're really angry, seemingly over nothing, and an accumulation of anger that has been triggered and is emerging. So this is a way of just clearing out some of those old blocked emotions or emotions that you're feeling right now. And so we're just simply going to start by, as I said, acknowledging that it's there. And in acknowledging it's there, we're lifting the lid on it and starting to free it up. Let us move through us. Emotions are about energy in motion. So when we stuff them down, they're not in motion, they're stuck. When we acknowledge them, then they can get into motion and they can start to leave us and set us free. So just following along with me. And again, tapping the side of your hand and just acknowledging the anxiety that you might be feeling. And actually, before we do that, just tune in for a moment. Tune into your body and notice what anxiety you're feeling. And if it's not anxiety, what other emotion that you might be feeling, and just tap along, but focusing on that emotion. Just notice what you're feeling, how your body's feeling, because what we're feeling emotionally, we will feel physically in our bodies as well. So tuning into that anxiety, seeing how your body feels. And you might notice a churning in your stomach, or butterflies in your stomach, or tightness in your chest. It can be anywhere or a generalized sort of heaviness or tension. Okay, so let's just start tapping now. Side of hand, this anxiety. Top of head, this anxiety. Eyebrow, this anxiety. Side of eye that I feel in my body. This anxiety in my body. Under nose, I can feel this anxiety right now. Under lips, and it's safe for me to feel it. Under collarbone, and allow it to move through me. Underarm, feeling this anxiety. Side of hand, allowing this anxiety to come up. Top of head, so that it can be released. Eyebrow, feeling this anxiety. Side of eye, this anxiety that's in my body. Safe to let it move through me. Under nose, to allow it to be released. Under lips, and as you're doing this tapping, you might notice what arises. You might find, for example, that a memory comes to mind when you felt anxious, or underarm, or there might be a thought associated with the anxiety, side of hand, such as I'm not good enough, or worrying about what someone has said. Eyebrow. So as you're allowing yourself to feel this anxiety, side of eye, notice anything else that comes up with it. And just acknowledge that, no right or wrong. Under eye, just simply acknowledging that it's there. Under nose, when we judge things and make them wrong, under lips we lock them down into our body. Under collarbone, when we acknowledge them and welcome them and embrace them. Under arm, we set them free. Okay, let's just have a rest now. Just taking a deep breath or two. And you might want to shake your hands out a bit too, shake your body. And just tune back into your body again now. And just notice how it feels, notice if there's any change. If there's still some anxiety there, just continue doing a couple more rounds there like we were doing that. And you might like to use more specific words. It might feel like fear, or it might feel like nervousness. And you might like to use those words, and also name the part of your body that you're feeling it in if there is a specific part. Let's just do another round or two. Remaining anxiety. This remaining anxiety. This remaining anxiety. Side of eye that I feel in my body. Under eye, acknowledging it now. Under nose, allowing it to move through me now. Allowing it to be released. Under collarbone, letting it go from every part of me. Underarm, letting it go from my past. Side of hand, letting it go from my mind. Top of head, setting myself free. This remaining anxiety. Side of eye, this remaining anxiety. This remaining anxiety. This remaining anxiety. Releasing it from my body. Releasing it from my being. Letting it go. And another deep breath again. Just giving it a moment to integrate. And so now hopefully you've lowered your levels quite a bit. You might find that your body feels a bit lighter, or a bit freer, or a bit looser, a bit more expanded. You might feel a little bit more grounded, a bit more connected to the surfaces that you're sitting on, where your feet are. Because anxiety makes our body, our energy sort of race. It takes us up out of our body because we don't want to feel it. But in actual fact, it is much safer, and we feel much more relaxed and calm when we're in our body. So now that we've lowered some of what feels uncomfortable, we've created some space to receive what can feel good, what we'd prefer to be feeling. And so let's tap along those lines now. I like the idea that I can feel calmer. I like the idea of being more relaxed. I look forward to feeling safer under eye and more at ease. Allowing myself to be more relaxed. allowing myself to be calmer, allowing myself to feel more peace and tranquility, inviting more harmony and calm and relaxation, knowing that right here, right now, I am safe. In this very moment, I am safe, and I can allow more relaxation. Okay, so just taking a deep breath there. I hope that you're feeling a bit lighter and freer now, and enjoy the rest of your day. There'll be more tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye, Emily.